Sea level rise and changing precipitation patterns are threatening our planet's biodiversity, calling for urgent measures to protect vulnerable ecosystems and ensure the survival of countless species for generations to come. Hello, my name is Isabella Macias, and in this video, I'm going to cover the impacts of these environmental changes and explore the solutions we can collectively work towards. So let's get into why there is sea level rise. Sea level rise is caused primarily by two factors related to global warming: the added water from melting ice sheets and glaciers, and the expansion of seawater as it warms. As you can see from this graph, it shows the change in global sea level since 1993, tracked by satellites. It says that there has been a 100.5 millimeter rise since 1993. Another report from the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, also known as the IPCC, states that beyond 21,000, sea levels will continue to rise for centuries. Also, it's important to add to this topic of climate change that there are alterations of precipitation patterns. The correlation between changing precipitation patterns and rising sea levels hold factors that impact the livelihoods of communities and the stability of various natural habitats. Increased evaporation will result in more frequent and intense storms, but will also contribute to drying over some land areas. As a result, storm-affected areas are likely to experience increases in precipitation and increased risk of flooding, while areas located far away from storm tracks are likely to experience less precipitation and increased risk of drought. As someone who's always been captivated by ecosystems, the environment, and the diversity of plant and animal life on our planet, it is a severe part of reality that concerns me, not to mention the inevitability of rising sea levels and precipitation pattern in our world's ocean isn't just a statistic. It's also a critical issue that has far-reaching consequences that determine where people live. It's a call to action for my generation, which is why I was motivated to study this topic. Controversies and debates. Now, you may be surprised to hear that there are actually some controversies and debates regarding sea level rise. It is important to note before I review these oppositions that the fundamental science consensus is made clear. Sea levels are rising due to climate change. Some of the controversies and debates include local variability. Sea level rise is not identical across the globe. Some areas receive higher rates due to geological factors or regional ocean currents. Contributors to sea level rise. While the primary source is the thermal expansion of seawater, there can be debates about the contributions, like the stability of Antarctic and Greenland ice sheets. Socioeconomic impact. Controversies arise in how society should respond. It includes debates about coastal development, property rights, and the issuing of resources for migration. Future outlook. Scientists are studying how changing rainfall and rising sea levels affect different places, more specifically with governments, organizations, and communities working together to implement measures to safeguard vulnerable areas and reduce pollution that caused these changes in the first place. People are using new technology like artificial intelligence and satellites, as we saw in the beginning, to take better care of natural habitats of these plants and animals. They're also working together across countries to protect more land and make sure that we use it in a way that doesn't harm the environment. And that's all for my video on climate change. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.